First, meet Josh Kellman. He works in video production for a high-performance coaching company. This father of two loves taking his kids to a spot he enjoyed with his grandparents. This is Miracle Mile Deli.
Miracle Mile Deli is a family-owned and operated restaurant. This is our 76th year of business. We've been around since 1949. So when people come in and they've never been in before, they're looking at our menu and it can be overwhelming because we have a very large menu. We are a New York-style delicatessen, so New York-style delis are known for having large menus. First thing that they're going to notice on the first menu board as they approach our serving line is the straw sandwich. So that is hot pastrami, hot sauerkraut, melted Swiss cheese. Been our best seller for over 76 years. They're going to see the hot pastrami sandwiches, the brisket, the corned beef. If you move further along the serving line, you'll see our wide variety of selection of desserts, shakes, drinks, and of course, the black and white cookies. The ambiance of Miracle Mile is very nostalgic. When you walk into the building, we want you to feel like you're living in a piece of New York, kind of like a time warp. But also, it's very warm, it's very comforting, it's very welcoming as well. We have a great staff here that makes you feel like family when you walk in. So my grandfather moved from New York City to Phoenix in 1949. He bought the restaurant on a handshake. Our first location was on 1521 East McDowell Road. That was known as the Miracle Mile in the 50s in Phoenix, which was why my grandfather changed the name to Miracle Mile Deli. What accounts for the longevity of Miracle Mile is the quality of the product, the consistency of the product, and the service that we provide. We're making the same corned beef, we're making the same pastrami, we're making the same brisket, the same way we've done for over 7 decades. So we're not changing recipes, we're not changing chefs. Our head chefs have been with us for over 40 years. We throw a party every day here. We don't know how many people are coming. We don't know when they're coming. We just hope that they show up and we hope they have fun.
So Josh, you've gone there forever, and now you bring your kids there. What keeps you coming back?
I'm not that old, and I cannot remember a time when I did not go to Miracle Mile. It has obviously been a part of Phoenix, I think since 1949.
Yes.
And my grandparents took me to the location at Christown Mall when I was a kid. We'd go get matzo ball soup and a big sandwich and go see a movie. And, you know, that's one of my cherished memories of my grandparents. And now, you know, I've grown up, I went to school here, live here, raising my family here. Yeah. And it's amazing to me that, you know, sometimes you try to introduce something to your kids that you liked and it hasn't grown up with the times. Or they think it's, you know, that was your thing, this is our thing. But no, this is like one of the great spots for our family, and everybody finds something that they like. And yeah. I just think it's awesome.
And it continues to be great. So what's your go-to? What did you eat when you went last time?
First of all, always a latke, always a potato pancake. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, this is a connection again. You know, if you raise in even a little bit Jewish family, a latke is a must-have. Matzo ball soup. I got to get matzo ball soup. I do it with
the penicillin of the Jewish tradition.
That's right. Yeah, I get a little chicken noodle thrown in that, just get a little extra protein, and then I mean you can't go wrong with one of those sandwiches. I'm a turkey New Yorker person. I get it on marble rye. It's really high quality turkey, and it's got the Miracle Mile dressing. Yeah. Sort of a Thousand Islandish dressing, and it's got the coleslaw and that soft bread. And I like that somehow you got two wet things with the turkey, right? You got dressing and coleslaw. Somehow it's not soggy. They've been doing this for 70-something years, Josh and his team. I just think like they've got the proportions down exactly right. Because if I made that, it would be a big wet mess and it would fall apart. But it's really a great sandwich.
You had the patty melt, didn't you, Gloria?
I did, yes. I had the patty melt, and I tweaked it a little bit. I had them put on sourdough. I love a good sourdough.
Cool. And how was theirs? How did it stack up?
It was pretty good. I love that sauce, that Miracle Mile sauce. Yeah. It had the pepper jack cheese, juicy burger.
What came with it?
I got potato salad. My husband got French fries, really good French fries.
Oh, awesome.
It's, you know, that GBD, I call it golden brown delicious.
Yeah, golden brown delicious, puffy, and hollow on the inside.
Yeah,
it's ideal.
And potato salad. It was good. I could eat anybody's potato salad.
I can eat potatoes any old way. So Dennis, what did you have?
I had the Reuben, and it was to die for. It was really good. I would go back in a heartbeat and have that again.
And what was on yours?
Just a traditional Reuben, and the meat was lean. It just couldn't have been better.
Yeah, this place is cool. Anyone have anything to drink?
Again, this is a tradition to get a Dr. Brown at a, I'm not a big soda drinker, but if you go to a Jewish deli, like Dr. Brown's a kosher soda, and you get a black cherry or a root beer.
Yep.
I think black cherry is kind of the classic. I'm more of a root beer person, but my friend got one, and I said, well, I have to have it.
Dr. Brown was an actual doctor, actually, in New York, and he invented Celeray, which is with celery seed and a little bit of sugar, and it was for nerves. So it was actually like a concoction.
It's a health drink for sure.
It's a healthy drink. Yeah, forget the sugar.
It's a fountain of youth, basically.
So Gloria, you had dessert, right?
I had a nice, big, huge, mile-high carrot cake.
Awesome.
My favorite carrot cake.
Ooh, I love carrot cake. Yeah,
And
tell
it
me
wasn't
about
ju-
it.
it
Because there's
wasn't-
carrot cake and carrot cake, so you have to describe. How
was-
many layers?
3 or 4.
Cool, but big ones.
Yeah, carrot cake's my favorite, and it was good. It wasn't too sweet. The cream cheese frosting, sometimes that can be grainy or too sweet, and it was nice and creamy, and the cake was not too sweet at all. It was
Perfect.
good.
I love it. Well, Josh, you had dessert, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had dessert. I mean, again, we had to do it for science purposes.
Oh, yes.
I think when we
Yeah.
ordered all this food, they were looking for the rest of
Yeah.
our party, honestly. I got a black and white cookie because, again, this is very traditional in a deli. It's sort of a cake-like cookie with the black and white frosting on it. Awesome. And then something actually I'd never had there before was the New York-style cheesecake. And I was in New York this summer. I went to Junior's, where you're supposed to go in New York, and I would take this. I'm sure the New Yorkers are going to faint that hear this, but I would take the Miracle Mile cheesecake over it. I just thought it was
Wow.
perfect, classic, thick. You get to the end of that, and you're not eating dinner. And I did not get to the end
And
of it.
you can't stop once you start.
No.
That cheesecake from there is amazing.
Yeah, I'm
And
still
you're-
burning it off for sure.
Oh, you are? So let's talk decor. Your place, Josh, what's the feel there?
It's definitely a neighborhood place, and it's pretty minimalist. I don't think they play music. It's kind of just you know what I like about it is I sit in there and you hear the din of just people dining, and
I love that.
It's not overwhelming. There's a little bit of New York decorations. I think some throwback to the family. I love it. And I see the ghosts of my grandparents sitting across the table. I see other people's Bubby and Grandpa, and it just makes me smile to know that it's still there doing its thing.
Beautiful tribute. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Your first time in, what did you think of the decor?
I did like the New York few pictures that they had. Some were black and white, and I like that kind of art.
So Josh, what's your pro tip for Miracle Mile?
I like the special that's a half sandwich. I think it's a Miracle Mile special. It's a half sandwich and a cup of soup. Get some matzo ball or mishmash. Get some chicken noodle thrown in that. It's a perfect size meal. Deli sandwiches are notoriously big. I think that's a great size portion. And get a latke and get sour cream and get applesauce. Which is, you got to get both.
latkes, by the way. It's so traditional. I just like the word makes my mouth water.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your pro tip?
They have a lot of choices, and study the menu online before you get there, so you kind of get an idea of what they have.
Great tip. Great tip. Big menu.
I would ask their recommendation. They are really good at that.
Yeah, the service is
The
great.
service is
Very kind.
couldn't be better.
Yep, very kind. If you want to try Miracle Mile Deli, they're located near 16th Street in Campbell in Phoenix. An average meal costs about $40, and they do take reservations.